Welcome back. We're in the kitchen today. We're prepping some food. Just got back from Sam's and we got 4 packs of chicken in here. It's chicken, 2 packs of chicken breast, 2 packs of chicken thighs, and we're gonna throw, well, of course we got it in a bucket with a sealable lid. Only time I've marinated in this bucket is Thanksgiving. We did a turkey, which I didn't film, but we're gonna recreate that because it was so good. But this is a great little way to marinate a ton of meat at one time for a big smoker. So we're not gonna do anything super complicated. I like this honey teriyaki by Casey Masterpiece. We use it quite a bit, and we had 2 about half empty bottles in the refrigerator, so I'm just going to use those. Some apple juice. We're going to fill this thing up, and we'll probably have to use some water to dilute it a little bit. And we're going to let that sit for a couple days in the refrigerator, and we'll put those on the smoker all at once. We'll just do a big batch on the Lang, and we also got salmon, some ground beef, and a pork shoulder. Kids are on winter break this week and we're not going anywhere, so we got a lot of food to cook. We also got a pork tenderloin. I'll cut these into steaks, marinate them overnight. We also got 3 baby back ribs. I've been doing St. Louis style ribs, haven't done any baby backs in a while, so we're gonna give the baby backs a try. I haven't done baby backs on the Lang yet. I've been getting St. Louis. The St. Louis's are quite a bit more expensive, and you end up cutting so much off. I usually give what I cut off, trim it down to, spare ribs, cutting them down into St. Louis cuts, and I usually take all the trimmings off that and cook them, and then pick it apart and give it to the dog. But a lot of that's super fatty, and I don't think it's been real good for her digestive system. So I'm trying to avoid that, giving her too much fat. You can see she's hanging out. She knows I got meat in here. She knows what's going on. So anyway, we're gonna get going here. We'll start out. I'll shake it up a little bit. It's all going in, but so it doesn't really matter. So just pour in what we've got, and I'll pour in the apple juice on top of this. And I'll give it a good mixing around a couple times periodically while it's marinating. Sometimes I'll let it sit 2 days. Usually I haven't done it in this bucket like this. I usually use Ziploc bags or Tupperware. But this is going to be an efficient way to do a whole bunch at once. Basically, we'll just mix this all up real good. When I get the lid on, I'll leave enough room there where I can shake it up and get those stirred up real good. See, at Thanksgiving, I was able to fit a huge turkey in there and brine it for a few days, and we took it out and we injected it with rub, butter, maple syrup. I got that off the Bearded Butcher's YouTube channel, and I followed their recipe and altered it just a touch, but just the rub. I didn't use their rub, I used mine. But it was awesome. It was the best turkey I think I've ever had in my life. So we're going to duplicate that. We're going to reproduce that, I guess I should say, coming up soon. And so be watching out for that video. I'll show you how to do it, how I did it, and it's man, one of the best turkeys I've ever had in my life. Better than any deep fried turkey. So we're going to throw this in the refrigerator out in the shop. So I don't have enough room in this one. For that 5-gallon bucket, but I have plenty of room in the shop refrigerator, so I'll go throw that out there. All right, what I like to do with my ground beef when I buy it at Sam's like this, I'll cut it in half. If I'm not going to use that much, I'll just cut the package and stick it in a Ziploc. Like that. And we'll freeze this one. I'll keep that one. We'll probably do burgers or whatever else we decide we think that we might want to do. This one. Refrigerator. Find a place to put it. I'm gonna freeze that pork butt. I'm gonna freeze those ribs, and we're gonna cook those on a sunny day if we ever get one. The rest of the country is getting pummeled with snow and ice, and we're just getting cold rain. It's supposed to be like in the 40s and 20s. Big temperature swings from night to day. Rain in the forecast, and today's Monday. We got 5 days of rain forecasted, I believe. On and off. It's not solid straight all the way through, but it's just nasty. It's February, you know. We're ready for spring. We don't have to fight this rain and this cold anymore. So we'll freeze. We're going to marinate those in Tupperware, and I'm going to cut these up, marinate these in Ziplocs. We'll freeze half of it, leave half of it out. I can usually get about 16 steaks out of these, somewhere in that neighborhood, cutting them. So it just depends on how big the loin is and how thick I cut the chops out of it, or the steaks. For, you know, a little bit of money at Sam's, this meat will go a long way when you got a family of 5. I probably bought this for eating out with a family of 5. Probably 2 to 3 meals eating out would cover all this. So you can we'll be able to eat 20 times off this easy. 20 meals versus 2 meals eating out. So it's, if you're on a budget, get a Sam's or Costco membership, buy some meat, and learn to cook, because it's going to save you a lot of money. Cutting board out. You have a cutting board that likes to spin around a lot. You can do several things to make it stop doing that. It can be quite dangerous if you're trying to cut a bunch of meat and your cutting board's sliding around. Trust me, I've cut myself before because of that. So you can, sometimes this one's kind of warped because somebody put it on the eye of the stove one time. I'm not going to mention any names, it wasn't me. So you can take a couple wet paper towels, you can take a pot holder, or sometimes you can get those cork pot holders. That'll usually chill it out. Let that drain out while the water runs. Chill the water out with that splash. Splashing that blood all over the place. Take a knife, make sure it's sharp. This sharpener is the old Field and Stream I've had forever, for a quick, easy way. It's got a stone in one side and well, stones on both sides, but this is more of a rough cut to find. So I always start with a rougher and then bring it over to the finer stone. Just give it a good rinsing. This water will get like lava. Too long for your cutting board. It's too long for your cutting board. Just give it a cut. Get it on there better. Cut this little mess off right here at the end if you want, or just cut it off. We'll leave that. I'll cook it and give it to the dog. A couple of these aren't going to be that great. It's all right though. I don't trim any of this fat off. It's not tough enough to hurt anything. I mean, if it feels like it's like that, I might cut off. But most of this is fine. That right there, I'll cut. A little bit of fat on there is just going to hold flavor. You don't want any thick, hard fat. Want a belly dog. That'll cook just fine, won't it? There you go. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, if those were not going to end up being dog food. As good as this dog eats, they're chillaxing, about to fall asleep with their head up. As much as this dog eats our food, so half of these will probably end up being hers, but we try not to give her too much food that has any garlic or teriyaki on it, so sometimes I'll keep some of these out and not season them with anything and just cook them for her. Teriyaki and garlic is supposed to be bad for the dog, so I try not to give her anything too bad, but she ends up getting some that's being seasoned sometimes. But this is a good cheap, I think I paid 10 bucks for this loin. It was on sale. That will go a long way. $10 will go a long way. All right, I'll put about half of these in. For the refrigerator, and about the other half will go into the freezer. I'm gonna try something new. I'll let you know how it turns out. It's Asian sesame with ginger and soy. If you feel like you got anything on the bag, you can rinse it off. Put them in there like that. Freeze them in the marinade. You're ready to cook them. They're ready to cook, or you can cook them all and then freeze them. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I do it like this. And, well, to sum it up, that's how I deal with a whole ton of food at one time. Like I said, a bunch of food, very inexpensive. Prep it, marinate it. That way when you're ready to cook it, it's just ready to go. It'll last like that for 2 or 3, 4 days in the refrigerator, or you can freeze it like I did with the pork. And you just pull it out, thaw it out, and by the end of the day, pull it out in the morning or the night before. By the end of the day, when you get home, fire the grill up and throw them on. Or if you have a lang, or you can cook it all at once, you can do that as well. But we're gonna do some cooks on the Weber, cooks on the egg, and cooks on the lang, just to break it up and show you different ways to do it, because I know everybody doesn't have a 84 Deluxe lang at their disposal. And I didn't until recently, thanks to Brent. And you know, we're going to cook some burgers probably tomorrow on the Weber, and we'll show you how we get that thing fired up. We hadn't used that in a long time. I'll probably have to burn it out. Not a whole lot to this one, but hey, hit that like button if you got anything out of it. Subscribe, be a lot more cooking stuff coming. Skin on salmon. $18.50. Half fish. Not bad. Try something new. Soy miso glaze. Oh, miso. That's for the dog. Yep, you're gonna get some later. It's gonna be tonight. We haven't cooked it yet. I'll add just a little bit of garlic. Just a little bit of pepper. I think it'll probably have enough sodium from the soy and ginger. We don't need to add any salt. Tail pieces of the dog. Doesn't get any seasoning. 2.65 pounds for $18.50. You buy that at the grocery store. Each piece would probably cost you $8. You went to a restaurant, each piece would cost you $18.50. So we'll have 5 pieces for the price of 1 at a restaurant. And it'll be just as good. Bailey, what are you doing? She will dig up a mole in a heartbeat. She had one up above the ground the other night. And let me tell you, they make some weird noises. I've never heard of a mole. Big one too, about as big as a rat. They dig all these tunnels in my yard. There's deer poop. More deer poop. What are you doing? Tearing up my yard, dog. You're gonna be dirty. Oh my Lord, dog. You're gonna have to get in the bath. I wish you would catch it though. I'm tired of it tunneling. I'm tired of this nasty weather. Man. Bring spring on. I want my yard to get back to normal and I could clean a little bit. Let the dog out without having to bathe her. Go fishing. Cook out without freezing. I want spring. Bring on the spring. Dogs will hunt. Go get them. Get them birds, Bailey. Go get them. Go get them. Go on, go get them. She hadn't figured out she can't fly yet. Oh, she said, I can catch this bird. I can catch this bird. That's a big old log you got there. That's a big old log you got there. Oh, she's already muddy. A little wind's kicking up. We're gonna get some storms. Starting to rain. Go get that ball. You're not gonna go get it? It's one way to get the mud off of her. Just make her get in the pond. Good girl. Good job. Good girl. That'll get the dirt off of it. Oh, gotta get the football. Your ball just went back in the water, Bailey. She kicked that mud on her back. You're gonna have to go back in. Go get that ball. I know it's cold. Go get that ball. All right, well, you're wet now. Go get it. Go get that ball. I can't put the boat in. I'm not putting the plug in it. Your basketball is going to float off. Your basketball is floating off. You don't want to swim all the way out there. You should have got it when it was 2 feet off the bank, dog. Well, let's go get in the shop and get warm. Let's go get in the shop and get warm. Come on. We'll get that basketball and get that other one later. In about a week when it stops raining. We're gonna get this fire going. We're gonna cook us some salmon. Got that salmon marinated earlier after we prepped all that food from Sam's, and we're gonna eat good tonight. We're gonna eat a little healthy tonight. Lord knows I need to eat healthy. All the barbecue and brisket eating lately, but it's freaking cold out here, and you know, I've complained about that about 100 times a day, I bet. The cold and the rain. And ready for spring. Alright, she's got the little standard wild rice. She's got some rolls, some butter for mine, so I'm a fat boy. And the veggies that I whipped up here. Just some sweet peas, some corn, some broccoli. Not corn. Sweet peas, broccoli, carrots, some bacon, Parmesan, and butter. There's some snow peas in there. It's like a little mix. And some water chestnuts. Should be good to go. I'll keep that kind of warm because fish is still on the grill. May opt for a salad as well. Should be good eating. Cooking at 275. Hadn't been on long. Just wanted to take a quick peek. Don't want to let too much heat out there. All right. Time for a pull. Get out of the dang shadow here. There you go. All right. folks. Salmon came out good. Veggies are ready. Anybody wants any butter that I can? Those are mine. Rice, veggies, salmon. What more could you ask for? You ready to eat? What you say? High five? Yeah, that's right. Betty's ready. I'm ready. Thanks for hanging out. Hit the like button, subscribe, come back and see me again. Thanks.